Hey, what's going on, Guardians? My name is the Black Link, and today is Thursday, December 20th, 2018, and it is time for the final weekly TWAB before Christmas. That's right, we're here to cover another issue of the Bungie Weekly blog, This Week at Bungie. Now, this one's definitely going to be a little bit light on details, but definitely heavy on some holiday spirit. We've got Christmas coming next week, as well as some changes coming to the game. So we'll be learning about a few upcoming changes to Crucible matchmaking, the Iron Banner that's set to drop on Christmas Day, and even some future content like Niobe Labs. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. We're actually going to start with the last bit there, talking about the Niobe Labs. This week, of course, the Izanami Forge went live. This is the third forge available to us in Black Armory, and after you complete a very long, very dull quest line, you finally get access to it. We've actually got another forge on the way, and we learn about that thanks to this week's TWAB, while also learning a bit more about the incoming Niobe Labs content. Here's what they had to say. Niobe Labs is set to go live on January 8th. It's not a dungeon, but an event that will ultimately unlock the final forge. Good luck. Well, that's some interesting news there. So we're actually going to be getting another forge, and the Niobe Labs is going to be an event that will unlock that last forge. This is actually really interesting. For a long time, a lot of individuals thought that Niobe Labs was actually going to be a new dungeon, kind of like what we have with the Shattered Throne, which is actually available this week. During some of the content roadmaps they gave us in previous weeks, they showed Niobe Labs as being kind of separate from the 3 different forges that we had on the list. So they've come in, they've clarified the Niobe Labs itself isn't going to be a hidden dungeon like the Shattered Throne was. It's going to be an event that you'll utilize to ultimately unlock the final forge. This actually lines up with some things that have been data mined from the game right now, including references to another forge titled the Berguzia Forge. So it looks like that content may be coming to a head on January 8th when the Niobe Labs goes live. Now, I will say it is just a little bit disappointing that Niobe Labs has been confirmed not to be a dungeon. Like I said, when this thing popped up on that roadmap, that content roadmap we got as being separate from the forges, a lot of people, myself included, thought this might be a brand new Shattered Throne type experience within Black Armory. So I am definitely a bit bummed out that they have confirmed that this isn't a dungeon, but I am very happy that they've confirmed it. Could you imagine the salt that would have dropped on January 8th when all these Guardians jump in thinking Niobe Labs might be a dungeon and then they find out it's just an event to unlock another forge? I'm very happy Bungie kind of got out ahead of this one and told us, right off the bat, it's not a dungeon. It's really our own fault for getting super hyped up about it. And I'm super glad they decided to clean that up. So there we go, that's Niobe Labs, and you'll be getting access to that on January 8th. But cheer up, don't be too sad. That's not the only thing we've got to talk about today. Of course, the dawning is still going strong. I hope you Guardians are out there cooking up the sweetest of treats. But we're not missing any Christmas cheer here in the real world, as we have a winner for the Bungie holiday card for 2018. We got this awesome piece of festive work from Micah Bell. May all your dreams and wishes for the holidays come true. I just thought it was a nice little thing to include here in the video. And hopefully those dreams and wishes aren't being granted by weird, slimy space dragon things. Probably best to stay away from those. And of course, as we spoke about last week, Iron Banner is going to be going live on Christmas Day. Starting on December 25th and going until January 1st, Lord Saladin will be back in the tower. And he's going to have a few brand new things and, well, a few old things in tow as well. We'll have some brand new Iron Banner armor as well as some returning Iron Banner Year 1 weapons from Destiny 2. These will be coming back with some random rolls alongside a new emblem and a new shader. Additionally, we're also going to be having another Double and Triple Valor week for the Crucible. Double Valor will be live from December 25th to the 28th, followed by Triple Valor from the 28th to January 1st. So if you still haven't reached Legend and Valor and reset your ranking yet, next week is going to be a fantastic week for you to get that done. Get out there and get those extra Christmas gains. But speaking of PvP, we've actually got some security changes coming to the competitive environment for the Crucible. Beginning soon, players with the most unreliable connections will receive an in-game warning. We know that connection quality is fluid, so don't worry if you have occasional temporary issues. If you receive one of these warnings, please visit the Network Troubleshooting Guide. If your connection doesn't improve, there are additional guides available that can help you in diagnosing advanced network issues. If all else fails, contact your ISP for assistance. If your connection does not improve after an in-game warning, and we continue detecting a negative impact on other Guardians, restrictions from PvP activities may be applied to your account. If a restriction is applied to your account, you will be unable to participate in PvP for 2 weeks. Wow, that's a really heavy sentencing there. If you continue to play on an unreliable connection that harms the experience of other players, that restriction may be extended. So there we go, Guardians. We finally got some word on some competitive playlist bans coming into effect for people who, well, they say unreliable connections there, but for people who may be manipulating their connections to either lag out themselves or other players. You can face a 2-week ban for your account that can be extended even further. This is definitely an issue that has been plaguing people as of late. So I'm glad to see that Bungie's security team is finally doing something about it. And hopefully it doesn't catch too many people who are just on maybe an unreliable Wi-Fi connection. I'd hate to see people banned for no real fault of their own. But be aware, those changes are live in the game right now. They dropped earlier this week with update 2.1.3. Alright Guardians, that is actually pretty much it for all the biggest bits of news in this week's TWAB. Next week is Christmas, so I'm wishing you Guardians a wonderful holiday season. Hopefully you've been baking up a storm in Destiny too. I know I certainly have, and I've got to get back to it so I can finish out the rest of the perks on that Sparrow. But alright Guardians, that is it for this week's TWAB wrap-up video. Those are my thoughts. Be sure to leave me yours down in the comment section below. Thank you Guardians so much for watching, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a very happy holiday season. And I'll catch you later. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.